that you say that. My guest, Thomas Haynesworth, is the gentleman I had spoken to you about when I had him on before.
Yeah, out of Southampton.
No, Thomas with Southampton.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you got a good memory. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he's starting a foundation also, and I was just saying to him that all of these foundations need to have their leaders get together so everybody's on the same page, and we're not all trying to recreate the wheel.
Yeah, like a big think tank.
Absolutely, and it's time for that, not just for the subject that we're talking about, but I think in general, as a community, we as African Americans need to be doing some thinking that's realistic about how we're going to take care of ourselves as we go forward. Maybe
Mr. Haynesworth will be interested in attending the Congressional Black Caucus Veterans Brain Trust this year.
Well, we could talk to him about that. I'm sure he'd be glad to come up, and that's a good suggestion. All right, thanks, man, for calling in, and I appreciate that big up. We had a nice 6-week run. Looking forward to the next one. And we thank Comcast and Verizon for letting us do this. Right. And we thank guys like Tom for taking time out of their schedules to come in, pass out some information, and guys like you who take the time to, how'd you know to call up all the way from Georgia at this time?
I've been tracking you.
Okay. All right, brother.
Like back in the jungles of Vietnam, I was tracking you.
Yeah, and Morocco is also the author. You heard me talking last week with the guys, and I was telling one of the fellas there, you heard me on the show say, Morocco is the one that wrote Coming Full Circle. Okay. About his experiences going in and then what happened when he came out. Okay, so basically what we're talking about. But he did a hell of a job with the book. Rock, thank you so much, okay?
All right, and continued success.
I appreciate it, brother. Take care now.
Goodbye.
There's a show, I don't know if you've seen this DVD that's being passed around. We should be buying it, honestly, because the guys did a good job, called Hidden Colors. Have you heard of that?
No.
It's a group of professors, black professors, who put together the real history package. Okay, you know, history is written by the victors.
Right.
Okay, well, they got together and did a real history, and I'll share it with you. Okay, but there's one of the professors that's in there. His name is B.T. Coleman. And when I looked at him, I didn't realize his name was Coleman. And I'm looking at the guy and I'm saying, boy, he looks just like Morocco. You know, people say Morocco and I look just alike. I said, he looks just like Morocco. And then when they got to the end, it was Booker T. Coleman. That was the guy's name. Now I got to track him down and see if he's a cousin. So listen, on the foundation that you're getting ready, are you in the process of setting it up now?
Yes.
Or are you just doing the groundwork? Or
no, we're in the process of setting it up.
Oh, it's getting ready to get going.
Right.
Well, I'd like to know about it. And I should be back on. Like I said, they give us 6 weeks from time to time. So hopefully when I get my next 6 weeks, it'll be up and running. And you can get up here and tell us about it and tell us about what you're doing with it.
Right, no problem.
And, you know, if you ever need me to come out and speak at any of your events that you're doing, you're setting up, be more than happy to.
Okay.
Okay.
No
Takes
problem.
2 hands to clap, man.
That's
You're one of the ones. All right, folks. So like I said, this is the last show for the 6-week period. I thanked a couple of the folks in the beginning for coming out. I did not mention my good friend Christy from the Neighborhood Housing Association. Hold on 1 minute for me. Hello, caller.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Coleman?
Doing all right. Who's that?
This is Maurice Robinson.
Nice to hear from you, Maurice. Talk to me.
Yeah. I'm just calling again, man, just to commend you and Brother Thomas Haynesworth for everything you're doing with, you know, like with the inmates and everything, and just to thank him so much, man, for, you know, bringing it to reality. Because I seen this movie called The Hurricane with Denzel Washington. He went through a similar situation. I don't know if Mr. Haynesworth seen the movie, but it just is a blessing, man, just to have you to have a story to tell right from the city of Richmond and just set an example. So I just want to call and thank you for that.
Well, that's good looking out, brother, and it's appreciated. And you've called before, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, like a couple weeks ago. And I tune into you. I try to catch it every week.
Well, that's nice. Thank you. I'll be back on again. They'll give me a date pretty soon, and I'll put it on Facebook and whatnot when I'll be back.
And I just want to put an emphasis on a comment you made. You made a comment about all the organizations need to stop making duplications and become one. I think that's a true I just thank you so much for bringing that to light.
I appreciate that.
We got a million 501c3s that's doing the same thing, but it's just, we need a one satellite. You know, we just need to be one big alliance, like you stated earlier. So I just want to put emphasis on that. Thank you so much, Mr. Coleman. And more blessings to you, Mr. Haynesworth, and keep doing what you're doing, brother.
That's nice. Okay. Yeah, see, when you hear stuff like that, then you know that you're doing right. But again, and the brother brought it up, and I'll say it again, there needs to be a head, because we're all going in and they're all good.
Right.
But you're chipping away. Everybody's chipping away. Let's get a big shovel.
Right.
You know, and really pull it together. As I was saying earlier, I had some really good folks on. I did not mention Christy Smith and her organization, Neighborhood Housing, Richmond Neighborhood Housing Association. They have an event coming on June, I believe it's June the 28th. You should see some flyers and some posters around for it's a casino night, but it's to help veterans housing.
Okay.
So if you happen to see that flyer around and would be interested in coming out and helping with this is a good cause. It's to help veterans housing, help build houses for veterans. And it's a fun night, and they're gonna gamble. You're gonna have, it's like a casino. You know, they give you, there's a cost to come in. Naturally, there's a price, but the price will make it worth it. Make sure keep your eyes open for that. If I had the flyer on the show now, I'd show it to you, but I don't have it. So you might want to even just look for it, okay? And the other thing, as I mentioned, the block party that's going to be on July the 6th. Mario, I'm trying to wait for you to call to give me that block party information so that the audience will know where to come to get all of this good food that you're bragging about making. So try to do that before we close out of here, okay? But Christy Smith, when she was on the show, did an excellent job about veterans houses. We want to thank Des for coming out. Public relations from McGuire VA Hospital came and stayed on for basically the whole show, explaining what is available for vets. All of you guys that are sitting there not doing anything for yourself. He did a whole hour almost on what you do, how, not, I don't want to say easy, but the system has been trimmed. It has been set up so that now it's not like it was years ago. You can go into the McGuire VA Hospital, go to central registration, get your paperwork started, whatever ailments you might have. People don't realize that Uncle Sam, when you sign that paperwork to go in, they agreed to treat you for the rest of your life. For anything that happened to you prior, because when they got you, you were perfect. You wouldn't have gotten in if you weren't perfect. If you're not perfect now, then they're gonna look out for you, okay? So that's that one on that. As I said, I don't know when I'll be back on, but I do want you to keep your eyes open for a couple of things that are coming up. One of them, well, two of them you know about my wife's book, the Mothers to Daughters Cookbook, which is going like crazy. She's in the 5th edition of that one right now. And the new one that she did, How to Find Happiness on a Low Stroke, No Budget. She's doing very well with that one, and she's in the process of writing a new book, a serious book. Hello, caller.
Hi, I just have a comment and a question for Mr. Haynesworth, because he's just so vibrant, and I don't know when I get a chance to talk with him again, so I'm just calling. Mr. Haynesworth?
Hi, yes.
Okay. How can we, well, let me change. Do you think you could help develop a program that could reach our young boys around 9 years, maybe from 9 to 13, to help keep them on a proper path and out of jail?
Yes, I got a friend, his name Earl Ruffin, right? And he kind of worked on a program like that, And he asked me, would I be a part, participating, helping them, form that group like that. I told him, yeah. Anything I can do to help my, people in the community, especially youth, I'm all for it.
Okay, well, I'm going to get your contact information, because books have been written about the 4th grade syndrome. And that's when that's when we lose our boys. Not that we lost you, but I mean, there's just so many others, and it's something that goes on. I don't know what's happening, but I think if we're going to reach them, we have to reach them even before the 4th grade. And thank you for all that you've done. I'm enjoying the show.
I thank you.
Thanks again, caller. Now, she said 9 to 12 years old. Daiichi Shotokan Karate. Okay, they were on last week. We work with them from 5 years old on up. and none of our students get arrested. None of our students fall out of school. They all continue right on. And she's absolutely right. That's the age group. If we can get from starting at 9 years old, as I said, we start at 5 because it's physical training. We want to get them as young as we can.
Yeah.
But if we can get from 9 to 14, that age when you start smelling yourself, as the old folks used to say, you start smelling yourself, and get them pointed in the right directions. Now, Transforming Today's Youth, we mainly work with high school students, or students that are going into high school, to make sure that they have everything they need, all the tools they need to go on to college and whatnot. I don't see a group that's working really like hands-on with the age group that she's talking about, other than the dojos. And not just our dojo. I don't want to make it sound like Daiichi's the only one. Any physical activity, any of the little leagues, anything that can keep a kid focused and teach them how to build their inner strength and whatnot, is something that we need to really promote.
Some things that we do also with high schools and some middle schools, students, what we do is, when we have a problem in school, trouble on team, what we do is we get them like on the weekend, and we spend time to mentor them and let them know, we care about them, and trying to put them in the right direction. Trying to get to the core of what the problem is, why you're not focused in school. Because I got a teacher who works at Armstrong, her name Jennifer, and she one of the good teachers up there. She got a class with troubled students. And this lady, she go her way every day, to bring food for them because somebody got food, lunch, and all that.
That's amazing.
And she do all these foreign-bound things and all that, and she try to show them at the stage that, I care about you, I care about your future. And through my experience, and also now, like I said, in prison, you see a lot of brothers come in, but they leave out there the same way they came in.
Yes.
And that's the thing that, I don't want to see. Because, once you get from the core of the problems and get ready to, your so-called friends, and you got somebody who's taking interest and showing they, want to help you up, and you put them in the right, and show them, put them in the right direction, you can get a part of change out of the person.
What most people don't realize is that young people look for that.
Right.
They like to have someone in authority and someone giving them some direction, and most of them are not getting it at home.
No.
Okay? I mean, now you have, and again, I mentioned Sheriff Woody before, and how he expanded the Father's Day thing and whatnot, and got the guys, everybody that's coming through belief and all of that now is learning about fatherhood, okay, and how to be. And again, you're part of that, I'm part of that, Roots is part of that, but there is a change, and it is better than it was.
Right.
But it can get a whole lot better,
right.
Okay? And I think with guys like yourself, guys like Travis Mines and Ricky Sparrow and those guys, Emmanuel, there's just a whole group of guys that have it now, and we need to get it focused and get it driving in. Now, Roots is doing it, and again, you're working with Roots.
Right.
And I'm sure that with you doing something with the notoriety that you have and the name value that you have, you're going to get a lot more response than a group just starting up from scratch.
True, right.
Okay, so we're going to talk. Me and you're going to talk, and Travis, we're going to talk. With Mario, we're going to talk and see if there's some synergy there where the path is already open. Now you're going to go after 501(c)(3).
Right.
Okay. We've been down that road.
Okay.
Okay, so we can talk to you, tell you a little bit about that. Getting into, you're already in the schools now, but you haven't gotten your organization founded to go into the schools. Well, when that happens, we can help you with that. I have the guys from Roots speak to the incoming freshman class at Virginia Union.
Okay, I just came from a school class in University of Richmond.
There you go, see what I'm talking about?
Right.
All right, we started karate at Virginia Union in January. With the school assisting, paying for the students to go.
Right.
We didn't have a lot of students. We had 3 students, okay? But those 3 became state champions.
Okay.
For Virginia Union, all right? And now when we come back in September, the school is gonna have a whole lawn party kind of thing. We're gonna do a whole demonstration, to get more kids to join, because you find out when you put these minds and the bodies to work together for something positive, you create a whole different individual.
Right, you're definitely right.
Yeah, so there you go. So folks, as I was saying, this is the countdown. I'm gonna have some shows when I come back up We're going to have my regular thing that I do, because that's what I do, but I'm also going to have some doctors coming. I want to do a medical series, because there's a lot of us, and when I say us, I'm saying black men in particular, who do not even have a concept of what they can do to make sure they have a longer, healthier life. And one of the things that I want to talk about for a quick minute, I just had it done myself, is the aneurysm in your stomach. They call it AAA aneurysm. It's an abdominal aortic aneurysm. All of us that are over 50 need to be tested for it. I went and got tested on my doctor's recommendation 3 years ago, and I did have the aneurysm. They're not concerned about it until it reaches 5 centimeters. When they found mine, it was 3.3. Last December, as you know, most of you know anyhow, it went to 4.7 because they checked it every 6 months. I get a sonogram. All it is a sonogram, simple test. You just run a little sonogram over your stomach and that's it. Went to 4.7, and the VA doctor looked at me, Dr. Abendado, and he said, my job is to keep you alive. And they did the surgery. I had a stent put in, and look at me. I'm going to tell you this, I'll be 70 years old in August, okay? I'm still running around in the dojo, I'm still partying, I'm still trying to do all the things that I could do, and I think I look pretty damn good too. so there you go. But look for me coming back. My musical people that I'm involved with for the last 40 years, 50 years, it's starting to click all over again. It seems like the young folks have found live music and they enjoy it. You've been listening to some of our music every show that I do. I open up with Bobby Boyd, and the song is Baby Come to Me. And you can't buy it if you want. You go on iTunes under Bobby Boyd, and you'll find it as B-O-B-B-Y-B-O-Y-D, Bobby Boyd, okay? And you're gonna be hearing some more music coming from Frank Abel, Bobby Boyd, yours truly. We're putting together a whole new sound thing for the group. We used to be the premier group back in the 70s and 80s and didn't realize our music was being stolen all that time, and just got it straightened out, got a nice little back advance little recognition check, and now we're doing music, and we're doing some real music, and you'll be hearing it, so you listen for that. And I'll be back on, like I said, I'm gonna do a thing with Doctors for Health. I'm also gonna have a young dentist on. Melanie Boone has agreed to come on. She does family planning, family dentistry over in the, used to be the Martin's shop, it is Martin Shopping Center over there on Brook Road. But about dental care, my grandson has a real issue with his teeth. Back in the day, nobody would have paid attention to that. You know, the kid just would have grown up with teeth falling out all over the place and everything else. But since we are more aware now, my daughter did go and get it checked out, and the little guy's gonna be okay. But these are things that we need to let people know is available to them. So I'm gonna do a couple of shows on that. I will do a music show because there is a lot going on in the music industry now. Maybe I can get one of my guys to come down and sit down and we'll talk. Maybe we can jam, do a little jam like we did it in the jail one time and blew everybody out. Oh, man. Richmond City Jail, the keyboard and congas. So that'll be something that we'll talk about. And also, you know, my email is edcoleman0811@gmail.com. If you have ideas or requests for different shows, why don't you email me, and let's see if we can get those set up. Tom, you want to give him any contact information for yourself?
I ain't got it. I'm getting a new email right now.
Okay, well, when he gets his new email, we'll make that public too, because this is going to be a busy man coming up, so you want to be in there as soon as he gets started so he can use hands-on. You're going to be real busy.
Yes, yeah.
All right, so it's good stuff coming there. So the veterans thing, the health thing, the community thing, the community actions. If you don't do anything else, do something for your community, because that is exactly what it is, your community. And it's not going to be a nice place. It's not going to be this, that, and the other if you don't pitch in to make it that way. I know Mario has his group out there doing cleanups every Saturday, you know, picking up a trash that's around the neighborhood, making sure your neighborhood is clean and it's a place that you feel pride in. And that's something else that we need to emphasize a little bit more self-pride on our own properties and whatnot. And you can see Richmond has some of the most beautiful communities that in the United States, and having traveled all over the United States, all over the Caribbean, all over Western South Africa and Southern France, I think I could say something with a little bit of authority. We have got one of the most beautiful communities in the United States right here, but we have to take care of it.
That's right. Take care.
We have to take care of it, and that's part of what all of this teaching and we're doing with these young men that are coming out. So thank you guys for letting me come into your home and letting me hang out with you for these last 6 weeks. I hope you've enjoyed yourself as much as I've enjoyed myself. I hope that you learned something from the folks I've had on, like Tom and Christy and a couple other stars that just left. It's just been I think a knowledgeable experience. I've had a chance now with the producers that we have here at Comcast that are coming through. I'm talking about how good my producers are as they screw up the sound, but it's okay. And that's Akil and Ananole. I hope I'm saying your name right. These are two of the best technical people that Comcast has had in a long, long time. Not taken away from Leroy if you're watching, or AJ if you're watching, but these guys are good, and I'm looking forward to doing some more things. You might be seeing some different kind of shows coming on, not call-in shows, but the producer Akil and I are going to be doing some things out and about town. So the 6 weeks are over. Thank you once again for tuning in. Make sure you keep watching for when I'm coming back again. We'll get the word out and let's spread the word. Conversations with Ed. Great 6 weeks. More is coming to you. Thank you so much. And Tom, you keep up the good work. And once again, I'm saying it on television, it's documented. If you need me to help you with anything, or if you think I can, please let me know. I'm looking forward to it.
No problem.
Looking forward to it. Richmond community, the River City, thank you, thank you, thank you.